I want to talk to you about the $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan. Here are the top 5 hacks that get you approved no matter what. Don't you go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan, and I want to show you the top 5 hacks that get you approved no matter what. So basically, this is a loan that has a maximum amount of $100,000, and I want to give you a few pros and cons about this loan rather. So there is no origination or prepayment fee. You have a joint loan option. This is an option if you want to co-sign with someone else, that's fine. This what we love with Wells Fargo is that they offer a wide range of loan amounts and repayment terms. They have a rate discount for auto pay. This is really good, especially if you have a large amount. You save thousands of dollars in interest, and you're able to fund. And Wells Fargo is able to fund loans the same or next business day. Think about that. Now, in terms of cons, in terms of drawbacks, in our view, there is no option to pre-qualify, and some features are available to existing customers. Okay, so Wells Fargo is best for borrowers who have fair or good credit, but you can get this with a low FICO score as well. I will explain this later on. If you are an existing Wells Fargo customer, this is really wonderful. If you want to add a co-borrower to your application, this is good. And Wells Fargo is best for borrowers who want to fund a home improvement projects, okay? So when we talk about Wells Fargo at a glance, we are speaking about affordability because the APR is low, okay, among lenders targeting similar borrowers. There is no origination or prepayment fee, and you have a rate discount for auto payments available only to account holders. And this loan is also great for loan flexibility. So they offer multiple loan types, and they do allow you to change the payment date. Okay, they offer direct payments to creditors for debt consolidation loans. They fund loan within 1 business day. And guess what? The beauty is that this is available in all 50 states. This is really good. And it's also good for transparency. What we love is that basically they disclose rates, fees, and terms on their website. And they even offer an FAQ that answers key borrower questions. The only thing we don't like is that there is no pre-qualify option. So, it is what it is. And customer experience. Wells Fargo offers multiple customer contact channels and extended hours. I mean, this is a big bank. This is a big national bank. And they do offer a mobile app to manage the loan. And also Wells Fargo is good at providing financial education. Now, let me talk to you about the top 5 hacks. This is what you have to do if you want to get approved right away, okay, no matter what. First, let's talk about income. So you really want to have an income that starts at $21,000. If you have $21,000 minimum, this is really good. And you want to maintain a multi-product relationship with Wells Fargo. Okay, in other words, if you have direct deposit into your Wells Fargo account, this is even better. Why? Because they can track your transactional history. They can see your cash inflows and cash outflows. And this helps you a lot, okay? And you want to show evidence of income. So this may include tax returns, monthly bank statements, pay stubs, and signed letters from employers, okay? If you are a self-employed applicant, you can provide tax returns or bank deposit. This is fine, okay? And you need to understand that they also want you to make sure that you have a high FICO score. However, if you have a low FICO score, you can offset this by having multiple accounts with Wells Fargo. This is what we call having a strong multi-product relationship. This is important, okay? And also, you need to have a high income. Now, if you don't have high income, that's fine, but make sure that you are actually gradually increasing your income so that you can get the card. Because the thing is, if you have a low FICO score, you better have a high income, a high source of income, or multiple sources of income. This is important. So there are ways to increase your income, and which you should do that right now. If you want to ever get the $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan, now this is the maximum loan amount you can get approved for, 10 grand or 25 grand. But the tips I'm giving you in this show apply to whatever amount you want to get. So you can increase your income by turning your hobby into a business. Yeah. If you have a hidden talent or passion that you would gladly spend more time working on, you can probably find a way to use your skills to turn a profit, to monetize that hobby. Okay. And as for a raise at work, teach what you know. Yeah, boss, I'm talking to you about how to actually increase your income. You can rent out a room if you have extra rooms in the house. Go back to school, you never know. Look for a new job or get a second job. So this is a constellation of options that are available to you if you want to increase your income. Okay, so the first hack is to increase your income. If you want the higher loan amount you want to get, the more income you want to show Wells Fargo. Second hack is your FICO score. Now, the thing is that FICO score is important. They will approve you if you have a FICO score of 590 minimum. But the thing is, if you have a 590 FICO score, you better have a strong relationship with Wells Fargo, okay? And the thing is that you should gradually look to improve your FICO score. Gradually, it's important, because what I'm trying to say is, if you want to apply for this loan, let's say 6 months from now, you better start now raising your FICO score, so that by the time you apply, you can bump up your FICO score by 100 points, 150, 200, and whatnot. Okay, and the thing is, if you want to take care of your FICO score, please check out annualcreditreports.com. Here is a website that allows you to see your FICO score for free once a year, and your FICO score is on 3 credit bureaus. We're talking about Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So this is not just one credit bureau, credit reporting agency we're talking about. We're talking about all the 3. Okay, and you can try other services. I mean, you have Credit Karma, you have a Nerd Wallet, you have Wallet Hub, you have a Credit Wise from Capital One, I believe. You have Discover also offers this service. Citibank offers, a lot of banks, even Wells Fargo offers a service where you can check your FICO score. So check the FICO score, and if you see a problem, guess what? You want to dispute it. You want to send a dispute letter to all 3 credit bureaus, and so that they can remove it. Okay, and if you want to increase your FICO score gradually over time, just make sure that you pay credit card balances strategically. You want to ask for higher credit limits so you can lower your CUR. Okay, I'll talk about CUR later on, but you want to pay your bills on time. Boss, this is important. Dispute credit report errors. Those errors will sink your credit report, your credit score, and you don't want that. Nobody wants that. You want to deal with collections accounts if you have some of them. Okay, use a secured credit cards if you are just starting out. Again, the goal is to actually bump up your credit score to a certain limit, but to a certain amount before you apply for this loan. Okay, get credit for rent and utility payments. We have seen on this shows how to actually make sure that you are bumping your credit score by reporting rent and utility payments to all the credit reporting agencies, and just gradually add to your credit mix. You want to diversify your credit mix, right? You want to have loans, you want to have lines of credits, you want to have credit cards, and so on and so forth. The third hack is your DTI ratio. Boss, I'm still talking to you about the $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan. How do you get this loan? How do you get approved no matter what? If you want to get approved no matter what, you need to start working on your DTI ratio. Yeah. You're probably thinking, oh, wow, what is DTI? Well, DTI stands for debt to income ratio. So this is basically a percentage, and this will represent the portion of your gross monthly income that goes towards your monthly debt service. Okay, so lenders use DTI to predict a prospective borrower's ability to make payments on new and current debt. So for that reason, a DTI is ideal if it is less than, let's say, 35, 36% or less. And in our view, 33%, that's the sweet spot. Okay, and the thing is that Wells Fargo will actually love your application if you have a DTI around 30%. Okay, and DTI is really important because For Wells Fargo and other lenders for that matter, they want to study how much debt your customer, their customers can take on before those customers are likely to start having financial difficulties. Okay, and if you apply for a $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan, Wells Fargo is going to use your DTI to set lending amounts. So while they preferred a DTI around 30 or 40 or 35%. Remember that this amount varies based on the state you're applying from, okay? And so if you want to lower your DTI, and this should be your goal actually, it's really important to do a couple of things. You want to increase the amount you pay monthly towards your debt because extra payments can help lower your overall debt more quickly. Avoid taking on more debt, so you want to consider reducing the amounts you charge on your credit cards and try to postpone applying for additional loans. All right, this is important. And you want to postpone large purchases, so or you are using less credit. So more time to save means you can make a larger down payment. You will have to fund less of the purchase with credit, which can help keep actually your DTI ratio low. And one thing you want to do, you want to look at this on a monthly basis. Okay, recalculate your debt to income ratio monthly to see if you're making progress. Okay, so watching your DTI fall can help you stay motivated to keep your debt manageable. So keeping your DTI ratio low will help ensure that you can afford your debt repayments and give you peace of mind when that comes from handling your finances responsibly. It can also help you be more likely to qualify for the $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan if you really want it in the future. Let me talk to you about collateral, boss. Are you with me here? So, collateral is important. This $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan is not secured. So, in other words, this is an unsecured loan. You don't have to actually provide collateral. However, in some cases, when Wells Fargo analyzes your balance sheet, your financial situation in general, they might ask for they might want to see the assets that you have. Assets that can be pledged for collateral, even though you don't have to pledge them, but they're just exploring what kind of assets you have. Okay, so when they'll review your balance sheet and they're looking at assets to possibly to see, they may look for cash in your savings account, cash in checking accounts, so cash in total deposit accounts. They might see if you have a car, a fully paid car, a boat, a home, if you have stocks, bonds, if you have an insurance policy, if you have jewelry, if you have fine arts, if you have antiques, if you have collectibles, if you have precious metals, if there are some future paychecks you are expecting. So those are really good those are things that you have to pay attention to. Okay, and it's important that you know a few things before you sign a loan agreements with Wells Fargo. Okay, so before you sign on the dotted line for this loan, whether you secure it or unsecure it, make sure that you are aware of how much money you are borrowing, what the APR is, what penalties there are for late payments or an early payoff. Okay, how much the monthly payments will be. This is important, so you're not really surprised when Wells Fargo sends you a bill. Okay, and what happens to your collateral if you can repay the loan. So again, this loan is not collateralized. However, you can increase your chances of being approved if you want to collateralize it. Okay, because if you collateralize the loan, you are actually on the hook. So this actually increase your financial responsibility, your commitment to this loan, and your ability to not default on the loan. Okay, this is important. So make sure that when we talk about collateralized loan, putting up collateral make it easier to obtain a loan, because if you have a damaged credit history or no credit history at all, Wells Fargo can see this as you having skin in the game. Okay, because your collateral reduces the financial risk for Wells Fargo. You may be able to borrow more money than you will be able to with an unsecured loan. So this is something you need to think about. Hack number 5, your CUR. So your CUR is really important, and you have heard that you should keep your credit card utilization under 30%. And here is why it's important. and how you could do it. Okay, so your credit utilization, in other words, the percentage of your credit limit that you're using, is one of the most important factors in determining your credit scores, boss. Okay, because if you think about it, a high utilization rate could indicate you will have trouble paying your bills on time. And a lower utilization rate is generally best for your credit scores, okay? And for your chances to be approved for this $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan. And so there are several ways to change your balance or available credit. And this can help you improve your credit utilization rate and your credit as a result, okay? So please, pay down your balance early. This is important, okay? Because the thing is, lowering your credit utilization rate could be a great way to boost your credit, not just automatically, but also over time, okay? So pay down your balance early. It's important. If you can, decrease your spending, okay? You want to pay off your credit card balances with a personal loan if you are able to get a better rate. Increase your credit limit. This is really important. Open a new credit card if you want to go that route. Let's say you have received a pre-approval offer that is so great with decent APRs that you can't resist. Well, go ahead and open a credit card. And also, don't close unused credit cards. This is important, boss, because a lot of people have asked us, should I close my credit card? You know, I've had it for 5 years, 10 years. I'm not using it. I found better cards. But hey, guess what? If the card ain't charging you any annual fee or any sort of crazy fees, keep the card open. Just leave it there. It ain't hurting you, so why are you closing it? Okay, so but the thing is, the bottom line is you only close the credit cards when you have a card that charges you exorbitant high fees. Okay, they're charging you annual fees and you're not even using the card. Then yes, do not close the card, because there is the length of credit history accounts for 30%. It accounts for 10% of your FICO score. So the longer you have an established credit history, the better it is. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. I'm still talking to you today about the $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan, and I'm just talking to you about how to get approved for a large amount no matter what, okay, and possibly get the $100,000 limits here, okay. I want to give you some pro tips based on our research and based on how we have helped clients get this loan. So there are some typical personal loan documents that Wells Fargo requires, and you need to make sure that you have those documents, okay? So basically, first you have the loan application itself. You can apply for this loan at a branch, over the phone, or online. Our preference is to go to a Wells Fargo branch, to walk into a branch and sit down and have a conversation with a live person, okay? You want someone to walk you through the loan application, to explain to you some specs, to explain to you the process, the lending process. Okay, so the format of the loan application may vary by states. However, we've seen that there is a formal standard loan application that Wells Fargo has for every branch in any state. Okay, so they might ask for proof of identity, so driver's license, other state issued ID, your passport, your certificate of citizenship, your birth certificate, or military ID, for instance, okay? You must prove that you are at least 18 years old and United States citizen or permanent resident, okay? They might ask you for employer and income verification. So this is important. So when Wells Fargo asks you this question, don't panic, okay? You have several options when it comes to proving your employer verification or an income verification, okay? So you can show pay stubs, you can show your tax returns, so your 1099s, your 1040, okay? And you can also show W-2s and 1099s. Those are also considered proof of income. You can show your bank statements, your employer contact information, okay? So if you are a self-employed, you must rely on bank statements, 1099 forms, and income tax returns. if you cannot prove your income, you do not qualify for this $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan. They don't do no income proof loans, okay? And you also must be able to show proof of address. So in addition to confirming your employment, Wells Fargo wants to make sure that you have a stable living condition. So this may involve providing proof of your address, including a recent utility bill, a copy of your lease or other rental agreement, voter registration card, or proof of home, rental, or auto insurance that lists your address. And if you want to qualify for a personal loan with the Wells Fargo, there are a couple of things you need to do, okay? Make sure that you maintain a high FICO score. As I said before, if you have a low FICO score, you better really offset that negative criterion through other things. For example, having a high NPR, for instance, okay? Making sure that you are able to prove that you have a high income, okay? And this is important because Wells Fargo is interested in your cash flow situation. They want to make sure that you have enough cash flows to repay the loan. So you need to have consistent and steady monthly income. This is really important, and have a DTI ratio that is kind of low also, okay? This is important. So, and one thing you need to know is before you apply for this personal loan, check your credit score. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. You want to check your credit score, because you never know. You might have a derogatory item that is wrongly there, and they should be kicked out. So you can send a dispute letter to whatever credit bureau put that, whatever data furnisher put that data on your credit reports in the first place. So you want to take it out. So take steps to improve your score by checking for inaccuracies and paying down debts. Decide how much you want to borrow. Now, with Wells Fargo, the $100,000, that's the maximum loan amount. I'm not saying you will be qualified for this loan amount, but hey, this is the maximum. Okay, you never know. And use the lender pre-qualification to shop around for competitive rates. Wells Fargo doesn't have a soft pull process, but we have seen in some cases, depending on the state, depending on the IP address you are applying from, they might offer you a pre-qual for this loan. Okay, and make sure there are no errors on your formal loan application. This is important, okay? And listen, if you are denied for this loan, you can reapply. This is not a problem, okay? But if you are denied, ask for the specific reason your application was rejected. Review your loan applications for mistakes or inaccuracies, okay? Improve your credit scores by paying down your current outstanding debt. Check for mistakes on your credit reports. Increase your income. Compare lender requirements. And listen, the next time, apply for a smaller loan amount, or consider using a cosigner. Who knows? This could boost your chances of being approved, okay? All right, boss, this is it for today's conversation. I was talking to you about the $100,000 Wells Fargo personal loan. So I gave you the top 5 hacks. First, I gave you an overview of this loan, and then I gave you the top 5 hacks. So income, FICO score, DTI ratio, collateral, and your credit utilization ratio. And to close this conversation, I also give you a few pro tips to kind of help you out. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.